Hey guys, Palsteron here, and today let's talk about the Whispering Mist League for Torchlight Infinite, specifically the new league mechanic, which is Mistville. So I've been playing this league over the last week over on twitch.tv/Palsteron, basically non-stop. I just made my second character, basically. We're just leveling right now, but it's soon we're basically going to put all our monies into this. I've enjoyed this league like no other before. I basically haven't slept all that much. It kind of has kept me awake. There's just so many builds to make. There's so many interesting new additions, so many changes, but among the biggest things that keep me up at night and that just have me enjoy this league just so much is the new league mechanic. And since I'm now pretty familiar with the mechanic and I've gotten a ton of day 15s, which is basically where the round ends and where you get your good loot, I feel qualified to actually give you guys a guide about it. You should not be skipping out on this league mechanic in general. It is very rewarding if you know how to do it, if you can get to day 15 consistently, which is basically the end of the minigame. So let's get into it. So the basics is Mistville. The league mechanic is kind of like a roguelite or a roguelike, whatever it is, right? With tiny meta progressions, I guess you would call it a roguelite. I think the most similarity it probably has to Darkest Dungeon, and it gets extremely rewarding towards the higher levels. Now, obviously, your character also has to be able to beat the round encounters and all of that, but it is also actually quite skill intensive. So if you're somebody who plays a lot of roguelikes, then you will be at a clear advantage here. So first up, to even get started, you need to get these points up here, which you get by defeating a certain monster within your map. It's the one where you have to click on the portal and he pops out, you kill him, and then you get some of this juice right here. And if you have enough, then you can actually start a run. So this completely depends. I just leveled a new character, so this costs 15. It goes all the way up to 300. And I know this seems pretty dreadful, 300, especially later, but I can tell you from personal experience, once you get to like 8.0, 8.1, 8.2, it actually gets a lot better. It does scale with quantity, so you will get a lot more per map. But okay, so you will be greeted with this menu right here. So you can click on this, or you can also go to Wally right here into the Whispering Mist. There's three things here. Here's where you can start the run. Mistville Exploration Nodes basically shows you everything you've had once. These are old stuff or artifacts, like I call it, and there's also food. And if you do that meta progression, you get certain currency that you can later spend. We're going to talk about that in a second. And there's also a small meta progression where you can basically make your runs easier. You will unlock these points over time. But let's just jump into the real game right here. So month 1 is sort of like a test run, maximum level 55. After that, it gets higher. It kind of tells you the difficulty. If you can kind of get into time mark 6, then you're fine with month 2. You're probably going to be okay. Time mark 7 is going to be month 3, time mark 8, month 4, and so on. And it gets a lot harder. On my first character, I could barely do month 5, and month 4 was the most coziest one. And what basically happens is the higher the difficulty, the more drop bonus you get. But on top of that, this is also the way to get activation mediums, which are the new trigger skills. This is where you get them, basically. So from day 9 onward, you can, which is in the minigame, one second, you can get these activation mediums if you get lucky. And at the very end, day 15, you're guaranteed to get one. But to explain the basics to you, I'm just going to jump into month 2 here real quickly. And it says go to Mistville. So it will start at this place right here. You click on it, and here you have an interface. This is sort of like a meta progression. I will just skip this for this, but we're also going to talk about that later. So it gives me a tutorial because new character, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is basically the mini game board. Now, this is the Mistville Exploration, and you'll have to do this 15 times in order to get to day 15. Let's just go quickly over the basics. You have to maneuver through the mists in 15 days. Every uneven day will basically have an encounter at the end. So, for example, when I finish day 1, there will be an encounter with monsters that you have to fight, and you get a chest at the end. And yeah, this will happen again and again and again. Now, there are certain mechanics to this. The first one is your sanity. This is basically your currency. So for example, you can see I can reveal what's here, and I kind of want to find the clock tower, which gets me to the next day. But in order to do that, I need to spend sanity. So you can see this as sort of your currency, right, that you get around with. Very important. Second, we have gold, which is a way to acquire certain things. You can upgrade old artifacts, you can buy food, and you can also buy old artifacts. More on that in a second. But in general, that's how it goes. You have artifacts, which basically give permanent bonuses to you in the run. And then food gives you a one-time effect on consumption. And everything else I already said. You travel around the board and you have to find the clock tower. Now, we're going to talk about strategies in a second, but I'm just going to start revealing a little bit so we can kind of get an idea of what's going on. So there are a few things, a few constants right here. So let's see if we can find a Sanatorium real quickly so I can show you guys everything. Okay, So here we have a few things that could happen, right? We just revealed this, so we can click on it. The first one is the basics, right? Sanatorium and bank. If you click on Sanatorium, your sanity heals up. So for example, from 85, I will go to 105. The next one that's pretty logical is the bank, which gives you money. You click on it, you get extra money. It's kind of like a random range. And you can also get more from banks with certain artifacts. We'll more on that in a second. So these question marks here, when you click on them, they let you choose from one of two artifacts. So for example, here, every time you consume food, you recover 5 sanity, or prices of the trader are lower. In this case, we're just going to go with the trader, confirm. Good, right? These are basically what will define your run, because not only do you have to explore the board and it's going to get progressively harder, there's also these steelies, I think is how you pronounce them. I don't know what the hell they're translating, but steely, that will kind of block your way. So as you can see right here, I can't go here until I remove this, and the removal cost is 15. That's a pretty steep one. So you either have to go around it, or if the clock tower is here, you kind of have to remove it to get to the next stage. So, okay, let's look at the second one right here. Now, what you can do is you can preview stuff. You can preview the locations of all old stuff. That means basically that whenever there's old stuff, which were these question marks right here, they would be revealed. So when the next day starts, I already know where to go. Now let's keep revealing a little bit. Maybe we can find something more. This question mark right here has food behind it, so you can already guess what it's going to do. In this case, I got a really GG one. But yeah, this food has a one-time use, and it lets me enhance specific old stuff, like I said, the artifact. So I could enhance one of these. I'm most likely going to enhance this one, but I don't have to do it right now. So we just keep revealing, and this one here is the clock tower. If I clicked on this, I could go to the next round. Very important to know is you recover, as it tells you right here, 30% of your max sanity whenever you complete an encounter or whenever you finish a day. Now, currently I have 120 sanity. That's my maximum sanity right here, times 0.3. That means that for my next day, I get 36 sanity back. So that means I don't have to stop right now. I could still keep exploring and get extra stuff. And this is exactly what we're gonna do right here, because you can still find sanatoriums, right? I just paid 3 sanity to get 20 back, and I can keep going. And we're also going to encounter some more steelies, most likely, and we're just gonna go around. But we also want these banks, right? So right now, we can see that we have banks, and I'm even gonna remove this one because there's another bank here. The reason I know that is because there's certain rules to it. There's like usually 3 banks and 3 sanatoriums, but that gets kind of different later. There's also always 2 artifacts in your first zone. We'll go into that in tips later. But in general, I just want you to be familiar with what's in here. Now, there's also a trader, which looks like this right here. And you can basically buy stuff from him. So for example, on stream here, I think I go in. This is how it looks like. You have food that you can buy, and you have old stuff, and you can kind of just build around these things that you can buy. So gold is obviously a very important currency. Now, if we look at here, there's one more thing that I forgot about, which are these blockades. You can't really go around them unless you have certain effects that tell you can go around them. But in general, they're just kind of block you away. You can't remove them, but they also don't subtract you any sanity. There's also the alchemy workshop that you can see right here. This one basically upgrades one of your artifacts. So if I go a little bit ahead right here, I think at some point I'll go in there. Yeah, the alchemy workshop, for a certain amount of gold, you can upgrade these items and make them even more powerful. But those are the basics. You try and explore the mist, and you want to get to the clock tower, and in between you have certain things that you can explore and that you have to get around. And it gets progressively harder, just so you know. At the start, it costs 3 to unveil a random cell. At the end, it costs like 40 or even 50. And if you get unlucky, you could spend hundreds and hundreds of sanity to even have a chance to get at the clock tower. And that means you need a strategy. At the end, I have a run that I will show you in full that I did on stream from day 1 to day 15. There you can see it all live. This is a lot learning by doing. It's not something I can explain to you one by one, but I can tell you some strats that I used and some tips and tricks so you can get to day 15 easier and get more rewards. In order to do that, we need to analyze how the game actually works. The first stage, I would say, is day 1 to day 5, which is actually quite easy. The cost to explore is very low, so you might as well explore everything or close to everything. Usually you should explore everything. And this is the stage where you just want to find stuff like the trader to buy artifacts that kind of help you out. Or you want to find straight up artifacts and get lucky maybe. Now, very important as well is the deduction record, which is basically your meta progression, where you get stronger and stronger and stronger the more runs you do. You can put points into this here because you get this kind of currency Later, what you can do with this currency, once you have all the points filled out, is you can actually start your run already with an artifact and food as well. So the food is not as crazy. You get like one random food, but the one random artifact can completely change your run. If you get a good artifact from the get-go, it can completely carry you. That's why it's important to do this mechanic as often as possible and fail and understand what works and what doesn't and just go over and over and over again. If you're into roguelikes, like I said, I think this is going to be exactly your jam. Now, let's go into the exploration notes and let's kind of look at these artifacts. I basically unlocked most of them. I saw some of these already, but I haven't really picked them. But in general, I kind of know what's good and what's not. So in day 1 and day 5, I say get a build going. These revolve around these artifacts. When I say get a build going, I basically mean increase your maximum sanity. That's the currency that you're going to be refreshing each day. At the start, you have 100 to 120, depending on your progression. And then you want that to go higher and higher and higher. Because if you think about it, if you just heal every turn back to 120, at some point at the end, each exploration costs you 40, so you have no chance of ever getting to the end. So what you want is you want to get that to a good 400 at least, if you can even higher. How do you do that? Well, the most broken thing you can do in this game is probably Cartographer's Medicine Bottle. Now, there was something else that was even more broken, but it got patched out. Right now, this is the easiest way to get to day 15. If you see this one early and you build around it, it's completely broken. So what it does is it recovers 5 sanity when you're revealing a previewed cell. If you don't know what preview means, it basically just means a new day starts and one of your other artifacts has an effect that previews certain things. So for example, this one previews 2 random cells. Preview just means you see what's on there, but it's not revealed yet. So you still have to pay the cost to reveal it, but you already know what's going to be there. Or preview sanatorium, right? Preview gold bank. You can stack these up, and whenever you click on one of them and you explore them, you're going to get back 5 sanity. But if you upgrade it, then you get 5 maximum sanity. So your maximum sanity goes up, the thing that heals every day. And this is where you get into some of the craziest runs. And in general, this is what you're looking for on day 1 to 5. You're looking for something that gives you max sanity and, if you can, gold. So for example, something that you can pair with the medicine bottle would be the purse down here, Cartographer's Purse. Whenever you reveal a preview cell, you get 12 gold, or if you upgrade it, 25 gold. And this just means that you're revealing stuff, you're healing yourself, you're getting more sanity, you get more gold, which you then can buy more previews with. This is the most busted build. If you can kind of get into this early, it is incredibly strong. There's also Cartographer's Stool, which gives you sanity back when revealing a previewed cell. It can give you quite a bit. Now, the second strat that has worked for me is Mr. Misfortune. The steelies are the things that stand in your way, that block you, right? Usually that is very annoying. But if you have Misfortune, you get 8 sanity back whenever you kill one of them. So what happens if you upgrade it is you get 8 maximum sanity whenever you remove one. So in this case, your strat will kind of be to go through the whole exploration. Let's just go into it real quickly again. You just basically go through the whole stage and you're going to try to kill all of them, right? You're going to reveal everything and you want to eat as much of them on the way to get maximum sanity. What this means, though, is at some point, revealing stuff is going to get incredibly rough, especially once you go towards 10, 11, 12. So until you get to those days, you want to have as much sanity as possible, which means this gets very bad if it's too late. So for example, if you get this after day 4, day 5, I would not go for it anymore, ever. But if you get it on day 1, day 2, day 3, you could have a free win there. In order for this to work, though, you do need some support. So for example, you have Baby Bear here, which gives you even more sanity back whenever you kill those stells. You have Beak Mask here, which is just really good in general, right? The exploring for cost costs -1. That is for the whole game, right? And you can upgrade it to -3, which is very good because we want to explore as much as possible. There's also Miss Grumpy, which makes it so whenever you remove those stells, it actually costs -10, which means that you can actually heal whenever you kill one of those. And then there's also Filth Eater's Wages, which gives you money whenever you kill a stell, right? So there is a lot of things you can do here. You can do food, right? Max sanity for each food you've consumed recently. You can see right here. You can stack that up as much as you want. But in general, in this time, you are trying to get a build going. Something that stays permanently, gives you a lot of gold, gives you a lot of sanity, so you are prepared for the later days like 10, 11, 12, up to 15. Now, what happens if you cannot get a build, which isn't that uncommon, right? You don't get any of these crazy scalers early, so what are you supposed to do now? Well, you try to get at least decent sanity to like 200, 300, and then you try to kind of cheat the last days. We're going to talk about that in a second as well. The best ways to do that is, for example, Doctor's Lantern. It just straight up gives you 40 max sanity, and per day you get another 10, which at the start sounds really good. You think this is broken, but in general, it is not even comparable. It's mostly a noob trap, but if you find nothing else, you might as well do it to get as far as possible. The same thing here is actually true for Sanatorium Contract, which gives you 7 max sanity whenever you click on a Sanatorium, which is the one that heals you, which means that there's 3 per day. So if you get this, you get around about 21 sanity per day. That is not bad at all. And it's not even up. You could even call this a build kind of, but it's never going to scale into crazy zone. But it can carry you to like day 11 easily. And there's a few other ways, but if you get none of those, then maybe you just have bad luck. It does happen. Now, let's talk about the second stage, which is going to be around about day 5 to 11, which is sort of the snowball stage. So this is sort of the time where you want to snowball, right? So you want to go into crazy mode so the last days can't hurt you. You can't die in there anymore. So for example, if you did that reveal build I talked about earlier with Medicine Bottle, you would be looking for Cartographer's Quill, which basically whenever you preview one cell and you reveal it, you preview another cell, which then gives you more gold, more sanity, and you snowball, right? The same is true for food or any sort of build that you want. You're looking for your enablers, right? And at the same time, you're also trying to stay alive, which is where food comes in very often. For example, Banker's Chocolate Coin. You might not be able to reveal everything anymore at this stage, depending on the build, but you still want to have all your banks. Well, Chocolate Coin can be quite good. Same is true for the Sanatoriums. If you don't have any reveal thingy, like no synergy at all, then maybe it's not that great. But in general, you can just reveal some stuff, maybe some cells, but you don't want to spend too much on food in general early. Food is very, very end game towards stage 3. We're going to talk about that in a second. Maybe you find like an alchemy potion pickles or anything like that. But in general, something that is very good mid game, for example, are things that removes spells or transforms them into banks, so you don't lose sanity, so you don't have to click on them. The best example here is probably remove 1 revealed Bad Omen Style. This only costs 40 gold and you get 2 uses. It's pretty damn busted. You can straight up just remove everything in your way. So yeah, you try and snowball if you have a build, and obviously also stay alive. But if you didn't find a build at this point still, and you have like not really any direction, you just try and stay alive. You're probably not getting to day 15, but you still want to get as far as possible. This happens, it's RNG. But let's talk about stage 3, which is the most important one. Now, if you just started out and you can't even get to day 11, that is normal. Your meta progression needs to catch up. You get so much from just being able to allocate those points. You get so much stronger at the start, so it is normal. If you can get to day 9, 11 at the start, you're super good, right? You're going to get way more than enough progression, so you can start with extra sanity. You can start with extra gold and all of the good stuff, right? So don't despair if you can't get to stage 3 immediately. But if you get there, day 11 to day 15, this is where food shines, right? Now, all of these artifacts that say you get X thing daily doesn't matter anymore because you're almost at the end. Now you're looking to get instant effects. You're looking to get stuff like preview the location of the clock tower right here, right? Get the sleeping candy, or get stuff like fluorescent moth soup, reveal the clock tower, which the difference between reveal and preview we're going to talk about in a second. You want to get stuff like dreamfish, recover all your sanity. You want to get stuff like secret recipe can't meet, remove all the revealed stels, right? Like steelies or whatever. You want to preview stuff so you know where you're going. All of these things. Or for example, half a piece of raspberry pi. You sacrifice all your gold and you basically reveal the whole board. This is what you're looking at right now. You want to explore as little as possible and just get to the clock tower ASAP. That is why food is completely OP here. And the new artifacts that you could now buy doesn't really do much. You want to spend most of your money here. And you want to get to the clock towers or cheese your way to the clock towers. Now, reveals are OP. This is what a lot of people do not understand, is the difference between preview and reveals. So this is where my starting point right here, right? This is a preview. I know what's here, but I still have to pay to get there. So I have to reveal for 19 sanity. This is a reveal. This is already revealed. And not only do I not have to pay for the cell, I can start from there. So I can explore all of these up here. So I don't have to go all the way up to find the tower, because the tower is usually up here. So it's not right next to the entrance. It cannot be. It's going to be up here. So this is the endgame mechanic, the most powerful endgame mechanic possible. Now, the way you get reveals is, I mean, obviously, OP, Fluorescent Moth Soup, you can reveal the clock tower. You click on it, you're done. You can reveal a random cell that is not sealed off with Sashimi. You can get 3 uses out of this, which is very strong. There's also a few other ones that will reveal stuff, but old stuff at this point, the upgraded versions are very, very strong. So there is reveals. So Mistville Trader, all Mistville Traders will be revealed. This is the upgrade of the normal preview, right? That is very strong. You can also reveal all old stuff, which are the artifact ones. All food will be revealed. These are so goddamn strong in endgame because they basically, you make it so you can jump cells. Now, let's talk about tips and tricks in general. The first one is the clock tower can't be anywhere near the entrance. So as I just said right here, if you're right here, the clock tower is not going to be anywhere here. It can be up top though. And if you guys want the cheat sheet of that, somebody in the community has made this picture right here. This is your starting position, and then you know it can't be here. If your starting position is here, it can't be here, and so forth. I will link this down in the description. The second is leave your options open. For example, sanatoriums or banks. So if you pass through here and you see a bank, you don't have to click on it immediately, because you might get an artifact later that says you get more gold from banks. Same is true for sanatoriums. Until you need to heal, there's no reason to click on it. You already revealed the cell. You know what's there. Just leave it there before you obviously go to the next day, click on it. Then also save your money for good stuff. Very often what I did is I put my money into an early lantern or something that maybe only revealed a cell or something. You really want to look for these things that define your build. Obviously, if you would die, then yeah, you have to kind of like have the foresight to do something early about that. But in general, you want a build maker, something that gives you maximum sanity. And yeah, here I elaborate on this a little bit more. Lantern is kind of a bait. So if you guys remember what Lantern was, it's this thing right here. It looks really good. Maximum 40 sanity. That's crazy. You go from 100 or 120 to like 50% more or something. And then if you upgrade it, you get 10 sanity when a new day begins. Sounds great, right? But it just doesn't scale that crazy. Like even if you get it upgraded on like day 2 or day 3, you're only really getting 160 max sanity. That is not going to get you there. And you just spend 600 gold on something that doesn't really give you any big progression. Same is true for food that gives you max sanity, by the way. People always tell me you have to buy this. It only costs 40 gold. 40 gold for 10 max sanity. Well, there are places where you can do this. If you're scaling gold, for example, there are gold builds where you just get a lot of gold and then you get more sanity healed whenever you get gold. Then putting your money into this is fine. You just want to spend your money, right? Spend it for something. But otherwise, that 40 gold might be exactly what's off. That's like a bank that you sacrifice. So yeah, all I'm trying to say here is try and save your money. Don't buy endgame food until later on. So you might look at this right here and you're like, oh my God, this is insane, right? Preview the clock tower. You just know where to go. But the thing is, if you buy this on like day 6 or day 7, you would have gotten there anyways. And you just spend 100 gold on what? Like, what did you do? Maybe save like a few cells that you didn't explore. That 100 gold should have gone to probably to something else. If we're talking you're on day 11, 12, 13, 14, okay, then this is very, very strong. And I guess another thing that I should add here is don't use your food until you're sure you need to use it, because there's another food that can actually give you a +1. Let me find it. So rich pork paste or whatever, quantity for food +1. This can actually double up. So for example, if you get the moth soup that reveals the clock tower, if you leave it until later, you could theoretically get 2 of it if you find the pork paste. I guess pate or whatever. Dude, just leave me alone. It is what it is. Okay. Yeah, so don't buy this endgame food early. Early, you're looking for artifacts. You're looking for stuff that lets you survive. Use stealth skillers only on anxiety spells if you can. Now, anxiety skills are the red ones, which cost double. Let's see if I can actually find one real quick. So here's one of them. These cost more to remove. These are the most pesky ones. There's other ones that don't let you use food or that block more stuff, but this one just costs way more to remove. So if you have food like I have here to remove, you want to save them for these. Now, in terms of meta progression, where should you put your points? First, in my opinion, do not go for second-hand intel. This will give you more currency. So you're thinking, oh, if I take this early, I'm going to get more currency so I can put more into points, right? That's not how it works. You're not going to get very far if you don't have any strength, because this doesn't give you any advantage, right? You don't want this early. You also don't want extra rewards. Wait, I think this one was extra rewards. Also, you're not going to get far, so you're not going to get any rewards. What you want to spend your points in is max sanity at the start. You want to have extra gold at the start. These are so goddamn important, especially gold. And then obviously just progress through here. All of these are really, really strong up until here. Now, once you have unlocked your whole tree, you can basically use this currency to start off your run easier. And so in the later runs, you will have to pay certain currencies to run them. And then losing a run is a lot more rougher. So for example, you want to start out with an extra artifact. You want to start out with extra food. All of that is really strong. And that's what you will spend your pages for later. But yeah, that's about it for the basics. Hope I could give you guys a little bit more insight. Obviously, this is a lot of learning by doing, but I just wanted to give you kind of a baseline to keep going or just start out. And I will give you a full run now. Thank you for watching. And since I still don't have a slogan, see you next time. Mistosis always pay for itself. So let's do that. Sure. Wait, we got this one? That's actually a really good one to get. I guess it doesn't really matter early, to be fair. Oh, this one's really, really good early. Oh my god, we got it. Holy. Oh. Okay. Gold build? Ooh, that's a combo right there. I don't think I can do this again. I think it's a little bit too greedy. I think I'll pass on this for now. Maybe I get an artifact somewhere. I'll get this fluffy old blanket. Do you ever buy this shit? No, right? 8% of max sanity when a new day begins. I mean, it's not bad. It might help me. It gives me a lot of early game power. So I can explore easier. Fine. No trader. There it is. GG. All old stuff will be revealed. That's a really good early one, actually. I think I'm supposed to take it. I have all of these. So do I keep rolling? There's still sanatoriums, so I should. I think I can stop rolling now. I still roll for free. Okay. I can roll them all. 30% chance to get food for 10. That's fine. Ooh, okay. That's not a bad scaler early. That is not a bad scaler if I can upgrade it. It's not too late for that one. Food sold minus 30%. Let's see if I get an alchemist here. Oh, I should have waited. Really? Oh. We got a torn map. Oh. Oh, I don't have 30 sanity though. Oh no, I should have healed before. We have to pay the stupid tax now. Okay, that's really bad. I still have a build though. I don't have a build and there's no old stuff. How is this possible? How am I getting so unlucky? Chance to find something at the cost of 3 sanity. Rip. I need all the sanatoriums. I need to reveal everything, which is kind of bad here. I think I just take this and move on. I feel like I have to keep revealing. But I only found 3 stealths so far, so there's probably a lot of stealths here as well. Probably remove this one. No, if I remove this one, I can explore 5. I could also reveal this and then travel the other one. I'm just asking for a friend. So I need to be able to explore here. Ooh, that's the one. Oh my god. That's the one. That is the one. Now I need to upgrade. I think I'm supposed to move on. Wait, no, I'm not supposed to move on, obviously. Oh, did I just click over? Uh-oh, I did. Ooh! I forgot that they restore more. There you go. Now we're in it. Ew. Alright, we kind of have scaling now. Kind of scaling. A little bit of scaling. Better than no scaling. We go over here to the trader. This fucking blows, dude. What do you got for me? Interesting. I don't have money for any of this, though. That's hilarious. One specific old stuff. Will cost more than 250 though. Reveal the clock tower. I just need to upgrade the one that reveals me the clock tower. That's all I need to do, literally, and I win the game. Just need some gold. Oh, we have enough gold, actually. Yeah, let's just do it. I mean, why not? It's a little bit early, but it's still nice to know. Day 9. Ooh. Alchemy where? Ooh. It's still not too late for Beak Mass to be good, actually. Not too late. Oh, I fucked it up. I could have traveled more, actually. I could have also used this. Could have turned it into a sanatorium. I can still do that later. I'm never using this anyways. Just kind of blocking everything. I don't think I really need anything else. You can see what other people are playing. It's really, really good. That's a no. Okay, we can move on. I have time to get food. I'm kind of chill. I don't have a trader. I kind of want to keep this. Maybe I can get away with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. If there's a Stell in here, it's kind of fucked, but it's fine. Can still easily heal. Food for 40? I don't think so. We have the trader anyways, so we're fine. I didn't think this would scale that good. I guess if you just have reveal and cheeses, it's kind of nice. Honestly surprised. I think this is the way to path, right? I'm honestly really, really surprised about this. I think that's worth it at this point. I mean, it's potentially OP. We're just gonna food it up, I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna reveal and be on full HP. Yeah, I think I'm revealing and I'm on full HP. I just hope there's a trader next time, I guess. It was a little bit greedy, but I do have healing. I need a trader, dude. Where's my trader? What the hell is that? Okay, so I think I was too greedy on the last one. Maybe I have to do this now. I kind of want to do it on the next one, though. Okay, so there's 3 cells here on the way. I'm recovering 27, or am I actually recovering 37? I'm recovering 37% of thorium. So that's exactly paying for it. So I'm paying times 4, 148. So if there's more than 1 Stell on the way, I might get fucked. And I don't think I'm supposed to go to the trader. And I have max sanity here as well. I think I'm going to be okay. Pretty lucky. Ooh, that's a good one. So this is the problem. I don't really know. Am I supposed to go here or no? There's also like a question mark. I don't think I'm supposed to. I think I'm supposed to do this. Oh god, it's over there. Oh no. Can I even do this? Oh, I can actually. Yeah, I can. I use this? And I win. Easy, dude. That was a clutch one. Activation medium boss. Rip.